Hello everyone, video, and today is another Christmas in July video. Today we're going to be featuring our sophisticated sleds, stamp set, and dies. So we make a really fun card. Now I got this idea right from our Stampin Up website, and you can case any of those cards that they have. So we're going to make one of them that was featured, and I'm just managing my feed here, make sure I'm live. Okay, let's do this. Let's share this. And Facebook is a little being a little difficult today. I don't know why, but it is. Well, I was trying to post it. I was live, but it's not letting me. Oh, sorry. Okay, maybe if we get going on this, we'll be all right. All right, not sure what's going on with Facebook land, but it's having fun with me today. Okay, so I'm just going to get my comments going. I'm going to go back to my live, and we'll worry about the other stuff later. Okay, so I've already have all my stamps mounted, and I'm just going to pull out the dies right there. The dies that we're going to be using are going to be, oh, and there's one stamp I did forget, my little snowflakes. Just get that mounted right away. All right, so the dies that we're going to be using are going to be our sled, and we'll also be using our little pine bough right here. So those are the two dies that we'll be using in this particular card. So I can just set this aside. And now the pieces that we need for today are going to be a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. And I think my camera is a little bit too low, so let me try to raise it. Sorry. Okay, now you can kind of see the whole screen, I hope. Okay. So it's 4 1/2 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. So I've already done that. I've cut 2 pieces of Lost Lagoon. This one measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. This one measures 3 1/2. Let me just make sure. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right, because we're going to be layering it right on top. I have a scrap piece of basic white that's large enough for my die, for my sled, and then another scrap piece that is large enough for my little swag, and then I have a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside of my card. So let's start with our stamping here. We'll move these off to the side for a moment. I do need to bring in, oh, that's all over my thing there. I do need to bring in a scrap piece of paper. Now, I just went through my room and was doing a whole bunch of work. So that's why I was running a little bit late today. Trying to actually come up with stuff for a tent sale and all sorts of good stuff. Purge out some of the stuff that I no longer need or use in my business. Tell you what, that's a big endeavor, and I mean, I'm glad I did it. I feel a lot less cluttered and busy in my studio, so that's always a good thing. So now I'm just going around the edges with Lost Lagoon ink and the snowflake. I'm actually going to be later today painting a shelf that we are repurposing. The shelf actually belonged to me when I was a child, and it was in my childhood bedroom. So I'm going to be repurposing that. I'm going to be painting it, putting in little drawers, and filling it with all the extra little things that I have just laying around that are driving me crazy. So like I have all sorts of things, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp this smaller piece of Lost Lagoon as well. But I have all sorts of little things that are like gifts for classes and club and stamp camp and all sorts of little farmer market things and craft fair things. I just need to get put somewhere so I don't have to look at it. I mean, I have to like label my drawer and everything so I know where everything is, but I'm just tired of seeing it out. Because what happens is I'll go to, you know, the store and I'll be like, oh, that will work for this. And I'll pick it up right away so I have it. Yeah, and then I have so much of it that I forget I have it because it's kind of scattered. Yeah, we just need to be more coordinated. Okay, so we're going to be end up layering it like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and step it up just a little bit. By pulling in my dimensionals, I feel like popping this up just would, I don't know, add a little something to it, add a little depth to it. So I'm going to go ahead, put my dimensionals here. We're going to pop up our sled and everything else too, but right at the moment, see, that's what I got to do. All right, so I'm going to grab my seal here. And I'm just going to put that right on. And do this. I just want to put a comment out there on the post here. Oh, I can't spell hello. So say hello. Okay. Sorry, I was just adding a comment there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this right on my... I'm not going to use a whole lot of embellishments today. You know, say you're making a card in the middle of the night and you just don't have ribbon, or you don't want to like make a lot of noise looking for your stash. This is just a quick one to do. It's just stamps, ink, paper, and your coordinating. Oops, I almost threw this on the floor. That would have been a mess. I just spent an hour yesterday picking up all the little thingies from my floor because they were driving me nuts. All right, let's stamp the inside of our card right away. Since we have this inked with our Lost Lagoon, I'm just going to add a couple snowflakes in the corners here. Oh, I got a little something on there. So one up here and one up here. I can add my sentiment later, or if I wanted, I could add it now. I think we're just going to do this. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab our sentiment. We have it. So I'm going to grab, hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. So we are going to have a sentiment on the front as well. And that is good tidings. So hope your day is filled with fun and laughter. Voila. We're going to put that in the inside of our card right away. Oh, what happened here? Cover up that. So make sure to join me Monday night at 5 p.m. Central. We will be doing our sophisticated sled craft along. You won't want to miss out. You'll have an opportunity to get the class kit. And yeah, we're gonna be crafting along with us. So those of you that have ordered the craft along kit, you will be able to pull your stuff out and make your cards right along with me. All right. So now we're going to take our piece of basic white here. I'm going to pull in my, what do I want to pull in? My black Memento ink. Actually, yeah, we'll pull in black Memento. Sorry, I was thinking about doing something different and I realized I might not be able to. Just want to make sure I got my that all inked up. And this is barely going to fit on the scrap. I hope I have a large enough piece there for myself. No. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp right away. I just take an old CD case and put my chamois right in there. It keeps it moist. And every once in a while I do let it dry out. You just re-wet it with water. Just make it damp. I don't like it sitting too long being damp, only because I don't know. I've never had an issue with any mold or mildew on it. I just guess I'd be a little paranoid about it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and bring in some blends. We're going to use a different color set of blends today. So I am using the SU100 and 200. So that is the Skin Tone Dark, I believe it's called. So we're going to use this to color in everything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this chisel side and I'm going to color in like the bars there. Right in between all the slats. You can use your markers. If you're using markers, make sure you use your StazOn ink. You could use black memento if you're careful. What can happen is when you're using blends or you're using your markers and memento, what can happen is it can kind of smear a little. So just a FYI. And I'm going to add just a little bit of depth here. So we're going to have this here. I'm going to add, I don't know, just some squiggles in here. So when I'm blending it, I have a little bit of, I don't know, pattern to it. Some depth to the wood there. Just adding a little bit. All right. And we'll get some up here too. Now that was the SU100, which is our darkest, and now I have the SU200, which is a little bit lighter. And I'm going to just come in and take where that dark was and just really blend it in. If I want to come back and add a little more, I can. If I don't blend it too much, you can see it. I might just have to come back in and add a little bit. So play around with your blends. Some blend really nicely and you can't even tell. It just gives it a very subtle depth to it. Others are pretty, you can tell the difference between the light and the dark. So on your blends, when you order your blends, you get a 2-pack. So you get 2 blends, and then there's a chisel end or a bullet end, and then this brush end like I'm using right here. For finer detail, use the, the bullet or chisel end. I was too lazy to flip it around, to tell you the truth. And I keep forgetting to put a little label so I know which side is which. So usually whatever side I open is the one I use. All right, it's not looking too bad. Let's add just a little bit more in these like little knothole areas. All right. So now as it dries, you'll see a little bit more definition to it. I just want to see that how far up I'm going so you can see that. All right, so now we'll be die cutting that out. We're going to go ahead and stamp our little pine bough here. And where did I put that? I know I have it on a block. Here it is. And we'll be using our black memento again. I'm stamping it here because I was worried that I might have made oh no, not bad. Kind of made a mushy, gushy mark there, but I didn't. Yeah, that is a technical stamping term, mushy gushy. Okay. All right. Well, if you're watching the replay, make sure to say hi. Let me know that you're watching it and how you like it. I'm going to be pulling in my Shaded Spruce blends. Yes, this is a brand new package because my other one I realized was doing really poorly. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to color in our, I'm going to start with our light. And I just want to color this in. And you could use olive, you know, you could use whatever color whatever green you want. In fact, actually, I'm going to switch it up. I'm not going to use Shaded Spruce. I've decided that I want to go with Granny Apple Green. I don't know, I prefer Granny Apple Green over most colors, most greens. And since we don't have a garden green, that's why I'm going to have to use it. All right, so I'm going to start with coloring in with my light Granny Apple Green. And then I'll come back and add my dark. So you can start with whichever you prefer, your light or your dark. And just make sure you're getting all the leaves. There are some little leaves tucked in, so as you're coloring, you'll start going, oh yeah, there's a leaf. Oh, there's a leaf. So you'll see more and more as you go. And I also have my Cherry Cobbler. All right, let's see. That looks pretty good. I feel like I'm missing something in here, but I don't know. All right, we'll go ahead and add some of our green here. I'm just adding it to like the bottom of the leaf. Maybe a little bit to some of the sides here. Just giving it a little depth. I think we'll do this one right here. All right. So you can leave it like that, or you can blend it in. Oops, I didn't want to use that end. I wanted to use this end. So I'm not going all the way to the tip of my leaf. I'm just going part way. To get it to blend a little better. All right, so now you can see that. And now I'm going to go back to my, maybe I should zoom in a little bit so you can see like I'm coloring here. All right, hopefully that wasn't too subtle or too swift. Didn't make you seasick. All right, so I'm going to start with my light here. Just color in. You could use real red, you could use, you know, whatever color ribbon you'd like. So I'm coloring up the whole ribbon in the light. And I'm going to come back with the dark in just a minute. I'm going to add some shadows to this. So I'm just taking my time. Oop, that was, oh, no. Okay, there we go. Now I could leave it light, but I do want to add a little bit of dimension to it. So on the inside of the bows here, that little loop, I'm going to go ahead and put the dark. All right, and then right around the base there, on my ribbon. But you know your ribbon is usually underneath your bows, your tails. All right, and I'm just giving a little bit. Just a little bit, all right? Just adding some in. So now I'm going to go ahead and color in my little berries here. You could definitely leave them white. I'm going to do red. And as soon as it dries, I'm going to actually come in with my Wink of Stella. So give it just a moment here. Got my little like a Stella. Oop. I don't know what's going on with that. All right. So I'm just going to give it a little squeeze here. I'm just going to take a little, where's that little scrap piece of paper I had before? Okay, throw it away already? I think I did. All right, I've got a little scrap piece here. I'm just going to, I could do it on there, but okay. See how it came out gushing out like that? I don't want that to happen on my product, on my, sorry, you didn't see it. Okay. It came gushing out. So I don't want that to happen on my project. That's why I did it on a scrap. You could definitely do it on a clear block. And now I'm just going to go dab those berries. Give those berries a little extra sparkle. Now I do see where I missed a couple leaves. Okay, that's a little too much. So I'm going to come back in and get those leaves. All right, I'm just going to go with the dark here because they were kind of hard to see in the first place. All right, so I missed one right there and I missed one up here. All right, there we go. Okay, so we'll give that a moment to dry. Go ahead and pull in our die cut machine and throw this little scrap away. Okay, get in there. I'm trying to put things away as I go here. All right, so I've got this, I've got this, and I need to stamp my sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and, I feel like really tying it in, stamping it with my Granny Apple Green. Or I could even use Garden Green. I want to tie it together, which is a little different than what they did on the website, but hey, it's my card. I can do whatever I want. Okay, and I've grabbed up my dies, right? I've got all the dies that I need. Yes, sir. Okay, we'll pull in our little mini die cutting machine. Now, so I rearranged my studio here, and now I have my little cart that I have all my dies and basic tools on right next to me. So if I need to grab, need to grab something, it's right there and handy. I don't have to go across the room. I would have done that many moons ago, but I had these giant totes filled with retired stamps and past cards that I had. Well, knowing that I'm going to be doing some craft fairs, I am actually bundling up all those past cards that I've made or have gotten in swaps, because I'm going to be creating baggies of 20 cards for people to purchase. Now, I tend to sometimes even offer those as purchasing incentives. I'm not going to do that right now. I might do that down the road. I don't know. We'll see how many I have left. I have quite a few baggies. I probably have well over 200 cards. Because I'm at least making, 3 or 4 cards each day. So, and then when I'm swapping anywhere between 40 and 60 cards. So, I have a lot. All right, so there we go. I just love how that looks. Put those away. God, I love having that there. Okay, and then my sentiment here. I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it. So it's just a 1/2 inch strip of basic white. So when I'm cutting my cardstock down for the inside of my cards and stuff, I have all those 1/2 inch strips. That's what that is. So, I tend to like to angle my sled. I don't know why it is, but I do. So I'm going to angle my sled. I'm going to put this right across the front. I do like how I have that up on dimensionals. And I think we'll put the sled right on the card front, but we'll pop up our little swag here. So let's get our adhesive. And I'll just put some on here. Put it at an angle. Just a slight little angle. And then we'll grab some dimensionals here for the back of our tag. Just like our swag, not tag. We'll hang that on the front. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and, you know, I kind of like it flat, so I'll just go ahead and adhere that flat. Now I'm leaving a little bit to the right with no adhesive, just because it's hanging off that edge just a little bit. All right. So there we go. That is our sophisticated sled Christmas in July project. So I hope you like that, and leave me a comment and let me know. Hello Diane, hello Beth, hello Amy. I know spur of the moment I popped on, but I did send the agenda out on what days I was doing something. I realized Friday's class did not show. It did not do a video. So I don't know what I did when I recorded it. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to do my Latte Love card that I should have had on yesterday. It'll probably be in about, probably about an hour. I'm going to go and just have some breakfast, clean up my kitchen, and then come back. So you'll have 2 videos today. All right. Tomorrow will be a recording. And also tomorrow will be a new agenda coming out for next week. So make sure you're on my email list so that you can get that. It'll tell you the times and the stamp sets that I'm going to be using. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the fun. We'll see you all later.